welcome back everyone to ArmBreakdown, the place for latest and greatest updates in the sport. Alright, so we need to talk about the announcement that Dexter and Benji Mack made this past Sunday, which was revolved around East vs West 21, with them announcing that another special guest is coming to this event. Now before I tell you who it is, maybe some of you still don't know this, but basically East vs West have made an official deal with UFC and are bringing in someone who used to fight in UFC, Chael Sonnen, who right now is retired but still very well known in UFC community, and who also has a YouTube channel dedicated to UFC with over 1.3 million subscribers. So now that you know that, let's move on to the announcement, which in some way is also connected. Now as I said before, they did announce another special guest who will be coming to the next East vs West event, not only as a guest since they're also gonna be part of the commentary team and might even have an arm wrestling match with Chael. So after a few minutes of them letting the chat guess who it might be, they finally made the announcement that it'll be none other than Tito Ortiz, a UFC Hall of Fame fighter who also, like Chael, has a major following. Now to me this is interesting for a few reasons, because these guys are not even close to being friends, since back in 2017 they both actually had a pretty bad beef with each other, which eventually did result in them fighting in MMA, where it honestly turned out to be a pretty quick fight between them, since in the second minute of the first round Tito successfully managed to submit Chael, leaving him with no other option than tapping out. Now from what I've seen online, Chael didn't take this loss very well, with him making many YouTube videos and teasing Tito about this fight. So because of all that, I'm really skeptical myself of them both agreeing to do a proper arm wrestling match and actually getting on a table, and honestly even more skeptical of them both commentating with each other. However, I do want to know your thoughts about this announcement, and do you think them bringing someone like Chael and Tito into our sport is the right decision to make? Now I don't know about you guys, but personally I'm already getting excited for East vs West 21, and even though we are coming up on the event in Switzerland on November 1st, I just can't ignore the fact and be excited, because in my opinion I do think the sport is moving into the right direction, especially with them bringing someone like Chael, who is followed by many UFC fans, which in the case if he makes any YouTube videos about East vs West will also check us out. But as I said before, we are closing in on East vs West 20, to which by the way, if you still haven't got the pay-per-view, be sure to click the link in the description down below, and I will see you in my next video.